Okay, trying that again. Had a few issues with the last stream, so just starting this one from scratch and naming this one number 26. Alright, we are doing code optimizations. So last time we did a few. We moved a few things from these character... So each character in the game has a script on them, and that script had an update method and a fixed update method to handle their movement, animation, stuff like that. And one of the things I've done is moved that into a central controller, right? And to be perfectly honest, I don't think it's helped that much. I think it might have even made things worse. So I've done a few things, and earlier today just was kind of looking through that and fixed a bug. If you did catch the earlier stream, which I've deleted now, yeah, there was a bug that was occurring because the weapons, it was happening because the list of a team was getting deleted based on the old, yeah, it was just deleting the list, so it wasn't updating those targets anymore. That's now fixed, and I'm quite happy with where the game is, and I've done a couple optimizations. So we have this update all targets, and I've just added a yield return null at the end of each of these so we can like wait for the frame to end. I think I got rid of that because I felt like I didn't need it, like the game was quite well optimized, but now that I am centralizing these things, I feel like it's actually slowed things down a bit. So let's see. We've managed to get through with no bugs for the moment. So I just did a play test and everything was quite fine actually, except a little bit slower than I'd like, but that is with the profiler and running it in Unity. So I'm gonna do a build and run. I'm gonna do one of these so that we can actually see how is the optimization for the game, because god damn it, like I'm getting better at this as I go. I'm getting better at programming, and I'm realizing, and I learned this principle halfway through the project, is you want to have as few mono behaviors as possible. So wherever you can have an object that is governed by a central controller, you should do that. So the temptation is, and what I've done is, oh, I've got a character. Let's have a script on that character that runs that character, right? No, the character should only contain information, but the actual script running that controls it should be coming from somewhere else. It should be coming from a central controller. So I am going to be doing that better in the future. I would like to get this game running smooth enough. At least as smooth as Rogue Genesia, which I'll have you know is not actually that smooth. And I'll sort of be happy with it, and we can continue as we go. And ideally, if the game does well, we can actually let me change the resolution. If the game does well, we can actually think about getting some proper coders to come and optimize it, similar to Vampire Survivors. Apparently that he has programmers come in and kind of fix all his mistakes after the fact. Okay, so I just did one as Beanie. And to be honest, it was kind of OP. I feel like Beanie's pretty good. So yeah, let's give that a whirl. Let's just do the same as I did last time and see how different it is. Okay. Yeah, obviously missing some sprites at the moment. Okay, crits or blocks. I think for this character, we're sort of set up for crits already a bit better than we are for blocks. And yeah, we just want to see nice... I just want to see nice optimization. So yeah, good crit means that crits will do more damage than they usually do. And that kind of instantly sets me up to have a build that is crit focused. That is concerned with me doing as many crits as possible. And yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and close, or at least minimize Unity, just so that's hopefully not taking up any precious processing space. Okay, crits. None of these are particularly good at crits, so let's go with the Ranger. Let's go with an upgraded Ranger. And we are killing it so far. Yeah, I mean, the first 5 minutes is generally just, you know, setting up your army. I don't want to put the player under too much pressure. We're just kind of smashing them up. I could make it a bit more difficult, but that's going to be a point of balance. Right now, I'm more focused on optimization. Okay, crits, poison rations. No, let's reroll. Attack speed. Attack speed is always good. AoE is also good, but attack speed will proc anything. It might actually be OP. I might need to lower the amount of attack speed that is increased, because there's just no scenario where attack speed isn't useful. Crit I definitely need, because if you, whatever your build, whether it's blocking, buffing, debuffing, attack speed is going to make that happen more often. So yeah, you know what, just based on that instinct, I am just going to go ahead and go into my talents. So where do I do that? Getting a bit lost. Upgrades first. But this is just where the information is stored. It's not where the actual upgrade is applied. So we go attack speed. And down into talents. Here we go. Attack speed. It increases attack speed, but let's just lower it. So we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20. Like, not by too much. We could go even lower than that. But I think as a general thing, like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. And then where do we actually apply it? I believe it's over here. Add buff attack speed, and that would be... yeah, so it's double for the heroes, so that would be 1, 5... need to think about this. So this is for the character. I know this is really dodgy. Okay, ally attack speed. No, attack speed. 0.1, so this would be 0.05. 0.1. Let's do this for clarity. 1520. And then for the hero, that would end up being double in each case. So 15. No, so 05 is 1, and then 1 is 2, and then 2, 5. Basically just like that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that should work. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, we're still in here. Okay, but that's not going to apply for this run. Put my headphones on so I can hear it. Okay. Guess poison's good because it will mix with crit and attack speed. So yeah, poison's nice. We like poison. And actually just turns all characters into debuffers, which means a debuff build becomes viable. So far, pretty smooth. Oh, do I see an issue there? Hold on. Okay, we've got a crit build, which means dagger is good. Yeah, no issues. The characters kind of look like they're sliding sometimes because their animation only updates every second, but that is kind of a necessary evil. Yeah, if we're doing crits, let's have rogues. Okay, so far so good. It's about what we expect, and the game is running pretty smooth. I'm going to speed it up. Since I'm doing fairly well. I wonder if I should give this speed up option to the players or not. Rogues. Because they're going to want it, maybe. I don't know. Like you have that in... you kind of have that in Ball Pit. You kind of have that in Ball Pit, but it's considered a higher difficulty. Okay, this should kind of be switching off, or maybe it's fine. But so far, so smooth. So far, we've got a pretty smooth gameplay experience. But because it kind of messes with the balancing a little bit. So the targets are updated. Okay, projectiles get chain. Let's do that then. So now we need to lean in. Any ranged character becomes pretty good at this point. Okay. Yeah, because they update targets like... So basically this game is difficult to optimize. Just because of the fact that we have multiple characters. Okay, that's arranged. Let's have that. Let's have... Yeah, let's have the mage. Oh, apparently which combos? I need to just write that down as a bug. Which combos with... That was already open, yeah. Showing combo with mage twice. It's not a critical bug, but yeah, obviously that's not what it's supposed to be. Or is it that I think the witch... I think that's correct, actually. The witch and the mage combine with each other, basically. So, yeah, I think that's right. So both of their combinations are with each other. So with a witch and a wizard, I can get either a frost mage or a fire witch. I think that's how it works. So that's not really a bug. Yeah, where was that? So the issue is making them target each other. That's a really difficult one, and making their weapons sort of target the correct people. And that does end up... yeah, see, this is what we expect. That does end up with a situation where... Yeah, that's basically the hardest bit to optimize. With other similar games, like Survivor-like games, that's not really an issue, because all the enemies just target the player, and then that's that. But in this, they've all got to sort of quite regularly update their targets. That's why, even in a professionally made game like Warcraft 3, admittedly quite old, or Age of Empires, you're sort of quite limited to who can target who. And then you think of like Total War, they all work as units, so they all work as kind of clumps, right? I might need to do something like that. Where, yeah, they all sort of... so we've only got a few things picking targets, basically. And so what I've done is made it so that... Okay, yeah, there's going to be a slight lag in terms of, like, they're not going to be always... Like, the more units you have on screen, the longer it's going to take for all of them to find the correct target, because it's going to go through each one individually and find the next target for it. Which means that when the game is slowing down, or if I'm speeding it up using this device, you'll see that they're sort of taking a while to finish with the targets they've been given. Let's take this. So they'll keep attacking the space where the enemy was before, right? Like, they won't update their targets properly. That's just better than the game slowing down. I think I will have to introduce... yeah, let's go for the crit some more. Let's get another rogue. I might have to... Like, I think the best thing I could probably do is introduce a... Like, make it so that... Like, let's say every 4 seconds, we take any units that are near each other and turn that into, like, a squad. And then the squad's target... And they... So it's not each individual character that's trying to target a bunch of enemies. It's a squad. But hey, this is pretty nice. We're running pretty smoothly. With quite a few enemies on screen, all bumping uglies together. So that's really great. Very smooth. Like, it's not perfect, but actually I think it's pretty good. So I don't know if you saw, but that little engineer that spawned over to the left here took a second to start finding a target, which actually kind of, like, you could say that that actually makes sense. Like, if you spawn into a battlefield with loads and loads of targets in it, it's gonna take you just a second longer to pick one. Yeah, give me... I think I'll stick with, like, upgrading what I have. Yeah, just did my special, which means I'm doing lots of crits and they're doing lots of damage, and my guys are all ranged characters, or most of them are, and all of their abilities are like bouncing around between enemies because they've all got the chain thing, which is awesome. This is what we like to see. This is why we play these games, for that kind of chaotic fun and kind of being OP, having an OP army that's just doing... empowered by the buffs that I'm giving it. So far, very smooth, despite quite a lot happening on screen, so I'm happy with that. Let's see how things progress as we have more and more units enter the field. Oh. We've got an issue with healing. We don't have any healing. I mean, I can eat chickens, which restores health of all my guys. But we kind of don't need the healing because we're so strong. That's the thing, right? It kind of balances. I like to think that healing, having healers in your army shouldn't be a necessity. That should be up to playstyle. Like, if I don't want to bother with having healers in my army, I shouldn't have to. Like, if I think that's not the build I'm going for. I mean, it kind of makes sense that in a game with an army, having healers is damn good. But hey, we are running very smooth, much smoother than on the playtest I just did within the editor. So yeah, looking good. Oy. Getting electrocuted and stunned. Frozen enemies take more damage. Okay, we're not blocking, so we have to take this frozen one. That's going to be pretty good. There's our loot goblin. We want that, because then we'll get all of these items that have dropped on the field so far. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay. Okay, so I should get this heal then, I think. And then mix it with my crossbow. Because otherwise we don't have any healing. Oh, lovely. Purple chest. Yeah. Oh, Frost Mage or Fire Witch. Frost Mage, definitely, because we've got our Frostbite thing. Explosive arrow. No, I want to keep the crossbow to mix it with my heal. So I'll pick something else. Okay. Yeah, this is good. So rather than the game stuttering, it's just taking a little bit longer than usual to find targets because there's more possible targets. But hey, we're at 10 minutes, and so far, I mean, if you're a high performance gamer, you'll notice some frame drops, but nothing drastic. This is great. I'm really pleased. Alright, yeah, more frost. As much frost as we can have, and as much ranged as we can have. This is good. Yeah. Very nice. Get those chickens. Heal up my army. Even if I don't need the health, my army does. Okay, yeah. I really want to hold on to my level 4 crossbow because I'd rather mix that with my healing staff than with my arrow. Okay, let's get a nice special in there. But hey, we're pretty OP. We're pretty OP. And goddamn, I'm loving the frame rate. Like, I know it could be better, but considering yeah, the few changes I've just made, like just telling it to wait a frame between upgrading each target, updating each target has really worked. And kind of just putting the cap on. See, their animations sometimes coming off a bit slow, like now they're kind of sliding around sometimes. But again, that's just a necessary evil. That's better than stuttering, I think. Very nice. Yeah, awesome. Okay, give me that. Stuff that I can combine. Very nice. Very powerful. Okay, we can get Plague, we can get Flame Heart. I would like to upgrade this. Oh yeah, and they're all like spawning into each other, and it's not causing the game to shit the bed. This is lovely. Look at that. And you can see how many enemies are getting killed by how many of these gems are dropping. So you can see that we're not shy. Okay, here we go. Now we've got some proper healing. And actually, like, it should be stuttering because we're doing really well. I think since I've like made the player quite a bit stronger with some recent changes, it is time to raise the amount of enemies that appear. Among other things, of course, but yeah, let's get something with a combo. There's lots of improvements to make for this game, but one of the things there is, yeah, I think now we can ask for a few more orcs, if nothing else, but just to kill off my army a bit, because look at us, we're stomping it. I mean, this is intelligent buildcraft. This isn't just picking upgrades at random. This is picking ones that work. So we should be winning. This is level 2 difficulty. Not level... It goes up to 5. I mean, I haven't put that in yet, but I would like it to go up to 5. Okay, do we want Plague? Not really. I mean, it's not a terrible idea, but... Oh, I'm getting zapped. I think I haven't done the graphic for when you're zapped, so I need to do that at some point. Yeah, so while the game is a bit slow to update everyone's animation, at least the game doesn't stutter. So we won't always see the characters bouncing along smoothly. Okay, yeah, throwing daggers is OP. My only problem with throwing daggers is you can barely see them. I've made them like comically oversized, but you can hear it, but you can't really see it. There we go. And I'm getting zapped, getting frozen in place by these. Here we go. Alright. Reset all weapons on kill. That's sort of universally applicable. And we haven't really got anything summon, anything chicken related. So let's go with killer reset. So that's just going to make my army generally stronger. Anytime we kill someone, we have a chance to reset all of our weapon cooldowns, meaning maybe we can kill again. And it can get pretty crazy. There we go. And yeah, along with my heal, that makes me pretty powerful. As you can see, we're seeing lots of these green circles, which is a very clear indicator that I've procced that. Okay, what do we want now? See, this shouldn't really be showing because we've already got this combo. So I wonder if I should put an exception, like if I've already got the weapon. Yeah. So that's not a bug, but this one is. I'm just writing this down. So when don't show combo indicator if combo is already achieved. Right. What do we get? Flame Heart? That kind of means we lose our crit thing. So I would rather, but I do have, yeah, I would actually like, so I'll do Witch for now. I would actually like to have an Icicle for myself. But yeah, we are absolutely stomping it. Let's go and get this loot over here. All of those gems. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay. Yeah, give me Icicle. Or should I take Bow to combine with the crossbow, and then I can always get Icicle later? I think I should do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, give me Plague, so I get to keep crit. And give me attack speed. And let me get in there. And hey, we're running pretty smoothly. This is the kind of point of the game where we're really going to be challenging your GPU a little bit. And I do not have an incredibly strong GPU, and I'm also streaming. And this is about as crazy as it's going to get in terms of numbers and projectiles flying everywhere. So we're doing pretty well. Yeah, it's just a matter of, rather than stuttering, sounds will kind of like stop and cancel, and enemy and guys will take a bit longer to find their targets and update their walking animations. Okay, yeah, the throwing knives are a bit bigger now, so at least you know you have it. And here we go. Yeah, this is all popping off. This is great. Okay. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. Lots of resets there. So we are absolutely killing it. So yeah, I think it is time. I mean, we just need to up the difficulty, but then we do let the player control their difficulty. I mean, this is a lovely power fantasy of just me and my army. You know, we're not invincible, but it's going to be very hard to bring us down. Let's see what the last 5 minutes can bring. Oh, and I need to be careful, you see. I took some damage there, and I got stunned for a while because of the enemy's chain lightning. That will become more clear as I can do the graphic for that. Very lucky with the bean drops there. And yeah, I mean, of course the game can always be a bit smoother, but it's pretty damn smooth considering everything that's being demanded. And considering that I'm a self-taught programmer as well. I'm not by any means a programmer. Yeah, okay, we've got a whole other army over there. Getting pretty close to the end, and yeah, like, this is pretty damn smooth. Pretty damn smooth. This is on the higher. Like, usually I don't play games at this resolution just because my PC is a bit dated. Oh, the sounds. It's just like, I have a cap placed on so that anytime there's too many sounds playing at once, it just says, don't play that sound. Just so we don't break people's headphones. Okay, the sound though. Okay, yeah, the throwing daggers are now sufficiently large that we can see what's going on. Okay, how are we doing? Yeah, we got loads of orcs, loads of allies. I mean, we're not invincible. It kind of looks like I'm just storming it, but that's kind of... If you're winning at this game, that's always going to be how it looks. Lovely. Oh, and here we go. We win. There's the foot. So that's 10,000 orcs. That's a helm's deep of orcs. Nice. Okay. So I'd say that optimization for this game is not terrible. Could be better. But considering we had a nice big crazy thick run, that was actually pretty damn smooth. What we can do is raise the difficulty a bit, and then we'll have more orcs on screen, and then we'll see what the next choke point is. But I think I can pat myself on the back and say, while we could be more optimized, I can kind of get back to some of the other things on the list. Okay. So one of the big optimization jobs actually is, so one of the things that you won't see, or you can kind of see, but it's these AoE spheres, right? So it's, this AoE effect is a mono behavior with a collider on it that appears and does some stuff, right? And I think for the sake of optimization and physics and all of that, I think what I should have is some kind of physics overlap sphere instead. So instead of creating an object that does this, we create an overlap sphere with the same parameters and kind of run that. We shouldn't be doing like an on trigger enter. We should be doing an overlap sphere and then doing the effect on everything within that sphere. So that is the next big optimization. However, I'm a little bit fucking bored of optimization at the moment. So I'm gonna put a pin on that. It's on player team. Yeah. Transformed. What is this? Oh, okay. That's just saying don't appear if parent is on the player team. No need to spawn yourself, and is on player team is a pretty like, so that could be optimized, right? We could say, because this is every time. Oh no, this is an item collector. Oh, I see. So this can be on any character. Oh, okay, yeah. So this, in the case of a loot goblin that can collect items, we say if we're not on the player team, just turn yourself off. Right? That's fine. That's only going to happen like when they're spawned. Okay, that's fine. And then, is there any other instances of this? Ranged attack. Yeah, if we're on the player team, then... And then what I should probably do is, instead of this function to find out if we're on the player team, we should just sort of set that up whenever something's been made. Hello, Wazzy Wingson. Have you been in the chat before? I don't recognize your name. Sorry if you have. Welcome. Yeah. So, like, instead of asking is on player team, we can say we should just kind of set that up. So a character gets the bool on player team on spawn rather than having to check it each time. So yeah, I think this is redundant, and I can add this here. Okay. Optimize AoE effect on trigger. Yeah, so yeah, that's part of the same thing. Clean up is on player team, and I'll just put we don't make bool on character checking at start rather than asking each time we need to know. Okay, we just did this, and I have to say I think that did do wonders for us. So the character's fixed update, and I think fixed update already sort of waits for the end of the frame, so we don't need to worry about that. Get rid of GameObject.find. Yeah, we do have one GameObject.find, but I think it's rare enough, so we just literally have one, which is that's actually active. That could potentially be a problem is when we pick up a collector item, it's going to go through each item in the scene, each game object in the scene, check if it's an item, and if it is, then if it is an item, then draw it to us. I haven't seen many problems with that, but I am gonna get rid of find on item collector. That's just another bit of optimization that could be there. It's not essential though. And then max units for buffers should be lower. I haven't actually seen that come up as a problem, but I'll hold on to that. Max units. Yeah, I'll just keep that in my pocket. I'll put that in this, and then maybe we can do a run where we specifically try and get buffers. Okay, don't show combo indicator. So where is that? That was a bug that just came up. Replacing icon. Yeah, so we have this thing called replacing icon. Show if combination exists. For each combo found. Then we go all the way down here. We say if combo found. Okay, that's just for the tutorial. So we make our replacing icon. Okay. I need to pass out this code in my head. So basically we're checking. Hello. Have you got a plane?
Yeah. I got a blue one.
You got a blue plane?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Check. So yeah, we just say like when we get an upgrade, when we see an upgrade in the upgrade list, we check if it's hello. We check if it combines with another, and I just like this code looks. I should probably comment it out a bit better. So we clean the upgrade name. And we're saying for each upgrade in current options. And then we're saying gms.player.my upgrades. Okay, so for each upgrade U in all of the upgrades, okay. If u.combined is true, okay. And we want to say now actually if like what we want is if u.combined, if u. If my upgrades where's my upgrades? Yeah, gm.c.player.my upgrades dot first or default I dot name 0, because we're not checking if it is the upgrade, it just has to share the same name. Is equal to u dot name it's not equal to null. Then do this. And if not, then don't. So we're saying if you already have this combo, if you don't already have this combo, then show the green thingy. So just in case you're wondering, so when you see an upgrade in the upgrade list, if you can make a combo out of that, a la, you know, Vampire Survivors or something, you can combine upgrades. If there's a combo available with one of the things you already have, it will show a green marker with the thing that you already have. And however, at the moment, it will show it even if you already have that combo. So I want to say, make sure that we don't already have that upgrade first, and that should work. That should work. Okay. Okay. Yes, there were combos on. Okay, so there's just this one for spiked armor. and I'm going to change spiked armor to spiky, and that's going to fix that. So something to do with like finding the same name and replacing the upgrades that you already have. It shouldn't be doing it like that, but it is. So I need to just simply go into upgrades, spiked armor. Is that not? I'm not doing it in, yeah, so let's just find all instances of spiked armor. And it's just the upgrade that I want to change. Because when we get a combo upgrade, okay, hold on, so apply upgrade. And then what we do, remove replaced upgrades. And we look at whatever. So when you get an upgrade, you're replacing an old one, unless it's a fresh one. And for the combos, it replaces the old one. And for some reason, when I got the spiked armor upgrade, it wasn't. So I should just try that. Yeah, so this upgrade. Debug.log this upgrade.name. And check that my L for level up works. Yeah, it does. So I'm just going to go in and try and get spiked armor. Let me double check what is the combo for spiked armor. Combo for spiked armor is damage and armor. Yeah, that makes sense. We're just getting these little fiddly bits out of the way. Then we've got a few spikes to draw, and like we're getting close to the point where we can start really like finishing this game. You know, getting to the real good stuff of like getting it balanced and getting it out of the gate. Wait, why is that not showing? Armor plus damage. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so I think I did the wrong thing with what I just did with the yeah, only if it is null, not if it's not null. I just want to make sure I'm getting damage. There we go. As you can see, in each case, it removes the old one. So armor removes armor 3, sword 3 removes sword 2, damage 2 removes damage. That's all as intended. And yeah, I should find a quicker way of testing this kind of thing. Okay, so we should have access to spiked armor now. So yeah, damage 3 is consumed. All of this is working as intended so far. There we go, spiked armor. And we've consumed armor and damage to make it happen. Okay, everything's just working. See, it's nice when the bug you're looking for doesn't happen in a way. But actually we want the bug to happen so that we can fix it. But the bug didn't happen. So was that just an anomaly? Was it something else that was causing it that I've already fixed? Tell me if you've seen problem. But yeah, the armor damage, spiked armor AoE, that's all correct. Yeah, okay, well, either I've done something to fix it and didn't realize, or it's not a bug, or it's more random than that, which is horrible because it means I can't replicate it, right? It's like if you hear a bump in the night, what's more scary? Finding a cat that would have been the cause of the bump in the night, or finding nothing at all, right? Like you hear a big you hear like a big thump in your kitchen at nighttime, so you go downstairs, and what you want to see is like a cat looking mischievous, or like something, or like a picture having come off the wall, or something like that, like something, or a broomstick has fallen over. What you don't want to see is nothing at all. You want to see what the source of the problem was. In this case, I've gone into the basement, or I've gone into the kitchen. I don't have a basement. I've gone into the kitchen and I don't see anything, but I definitely heard a bump. So I'm just going to tentatively remove that. Could it be... I don't know. I need to really pay attention next time that bug happens. Okay. So the next thing on the list is some encyclopedia work. Next thing on the list. Oh, hold on. I have another theory as to what could be causing it. So I'm going to make I'm going to make some cheats. So player controller, give me armor, give me damage. Okay, this could be it. And because when the bug happened, I was playing as the orc. And I've just noticed that... So where is it? Level up UI. No, where was it? So we removed this upgrade, but our get upgrade... Upgrade to faction is not equal to null. I think it's something faction, right? But so I'm going to go back in here and say debug log this upgrade dot names plus this upgrade dot faction dot names. Okay, and see if we can find the problem like that. And I'm just gonna, I don't think it should make a difference, but I'm just gonna put this before this upgrade. Okay, and now I want to go into the orcs and see if I can make it happen there, because it could be something to do with that. Just to be thorough, just while my head's on it, so if I can fix it, I can fix it now. And, you know, like I said, there's something unnerving about looking for a bug and not finding it. Okay, and then we just level up. Okay, so straight away, it's not working. Straight away, it's not replacing. Weapons is fine. Okay. But it still thinks the... So it's purely an orc problem. It's not a problem for the weapons. Not a problem for the allies. It is a problem for the talents. Okay. But what's mad... Wait, why have we replaced... Oh, I think that's because... Wait, hold on. Is that triggering for allies as well? Yeah, it is triggering for allies. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, this is something to do with the talents. But then why... It seems to understand that it's the right faction. So yeah, when we get an upgrade, we remove the previous one. If in the case of a weapon, that means we have to do this stuff. In the case of an ally, yeah, we have to destroy the old allies. In the case of the talent, there's a buff to remove. Okay, so this upgrade's on that, and so I mean it's saying that it's removing it, but it's not removing it. Right, so let's just try that again. Okay, so we found what made the bump in the night. So the talents are just not replacing each other at all. Like, that's just not working at all. That worked. Okay, and can I look at... Okay, that time it worked. This is all working as intended now. It's all working exactly as intended now. Okay, so now I'm even more confused because now it's not happening this time. But let's replicate when... Okay. Why didn't it replace the old one? That is bizarre. Damage. Green beans. So why didn't it replace it? So we can look at the character and ask, is this a matter of... So we can see their upgrades. He's got axe. God, I wish this upgrade, this was easier to read. Damage 2. Goblin level 3. Range. Drama. Damage. So he's still got damage 1. Why didn't it replace damage 1 when he got damage 2? Right? Why didn't it replace damage 1 when it got damage 2? Like, it saw it, so why didn't it remove it? Right? Like, it should see, it saw damage 1, it understood that that upgrade was there. So why didn't it remove it? Why didn't it remove that upgrade? Like, it's as clear as day. It should be, oh, you've seen... Tell me what upgrade this is. Okay, yeah, this upgrade is called damage. Okay, now tell me... Now remove that upgrade. No errors logged. No, this upgrade is null, and yet it is still there. He still has that upgrade. Why does he still have that upgrade? So let's have a look. Something along those lines. Because the that shouldn't affect it at all. That shouldn't affect it at all. It understands that this upgrade is this upgrade, so why doesn't it remove it? If so it doesn't do it for the other characters. Okay. Very, very, very confusing. If there's anyone watching during or after the fact, can explain to me why, I'd be very appreciative. Because I have no idea. As far as I'm concerned, I've said identify this thing. And it says there, yeah, found it. That's the one. I say, okay, remove this thing. And then so. Oh, I have a clue. Ah, I think I have an idea. Because this upgrade was added, so when I wait, hold on. Because I added it from a cheat, it's like maybe added the human version of that upgrade instead of the orc one. But I'm pretty sure when I encountered this bug, it wasn't. So let's try and specifically like get the ones that we know damage. Rations. Okay, let's get some others. Oh, hello. Very random bug. Okay, wait. Oh. It's because there's no ally, so it can't ask for the ally's name. Could have probably just carried on with the bug, but like I could have just pressed play again and I'm only going to do this for armor and damage. Those are the ones I'm going to seek out. Okay. Okay, that's working as intended. So it could just be that for whatever reason. Okay, so when I say so in the cheat, upgrade, so get upgrade. Okay. And then so in GM over here. We ask for a faction name as well. So if I put that same code, we've cracked it. We figured it out. I figured it out. So when we ask for that, we can I just make sure that and it's fine because I generally just copy paste these anyway. So we say character dot. So we're always asking for a faction. And now just to prove the theory, and yeah, so it must be so like Sean Armour. Okay. So as long as I ask for the faction, I specify the faction, I need to do that in all of these cases. For these ones, it's not going to matter, but yeah, so here, Orco rations. Okay, that must be where the problem was. All right, let's give that a try. So I am going to use the cheat and then level up a bunch of times, and it shouldn't overwrite the old ones. Jesus Christ. I do feel clever after that one. And so it wasn't a thing that would have affected most people's gameplay. Oh my word. Right. This should do it. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, that doesn't exist. So yeah, it must have existed when I first encountered the bug and wrote it down. My God, okay. Alright, yeah, I think today's been good progress. It's been a very spotty start to the year with various interruptions and distractions. But if we can keep this pace, we'll be done before too long. So if I try and replace armor, it will work now. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Alright. If it happens again, I'll despair, because, you know, but I've managed to replicate and fix the bug. God damn it. Okay. Make upgrade changes. So I have some changes to make. Yeah. So there's a couple design choices, which are basically like, I'm not sure that mirror. So there's an effect which like reflects, it reflects a damage effect back at the attackers, and that works for projectiles, that works for AoE effects, that works for works for chain lightning and stuff like that. That if you have a mirror effect, you will send it back to the attacker. The way to defeat that is to have lots of little attacks rather than big heavy hitting attacks. That's cool. I like it, and I like it for heroes, but is it a good idea to have for enemies? And are there some more fun ideas that we could have? So, for example, we could have themed shields. So instead of having a sword that mirrors attacks back at the attacker, we could have like an ice shield which gains mana whenever you block. right? So you have your normal shield, which blocks, and then you would combine it with your icicle to make a shield that gains mana every time you block, which has implicit synergies, which are if you have you can have a blocking build, or you could have a an ultimate build, meaning your ultimates are very powerful, and so if you get mana every time, or and freeze as attacker. But yeah, you would block, get some mana, and because you've got this shield, it means that you can really lean into your mana build. I don't know. And then conversely, mirror. Should enemies ever have this, that I've given it to the demons to make them this kind of really nasty thing to deal with, but that just kind of means, okay, every time I'm fighting demons, because I know these mirrors are going to appear, I'm in an advantage if I can have attacks which kind of reflect the enemy. Like that might just not be that fun. Although again, that is something that only the hero would have access to. So you would never fight against that. This is a weapon, not a character. We did have... Where was it? Did I get rid of it already? Floating mirror. Yeah, see here... This would be, again, this would be rare though. This would happen 5 times or 10 times in a given run, which you encounter an enemy mirror, which just be a floating mirror that would reflect attacks. What do you do about that? In this game, there's no way you can like intentionally deal with something like that. You just have to watch it happen. So I came up with a few ideas as to how to fix this. We've got this to add. So just going through this point on the list, which is make upgrade changes. And those upgrade changes are considering changing Mirror Blade for Ice Shield, considering changing Mirror to Demon Shield, which would just be a heavy shield, and then a healing shield, which is like every time I block, I get healed by how much damage you tried to do. That kind of thing. And then this one I'm definitely set on, which is changing. I don't like Mummy, I want Mad Scientist. And I don't like Pharaoh, I want Blood Mage. Blood Mage works. And then the other thing is making the changes to... So yeah, at the moment we have this encyclopedia, which just gives you information about upgrades and factions. So we look at the green beans and we can look at what heroes we have, and we can see information go straight to what weapons they have and stuff like that. We can see all the talents that are green bean specific. We can see all their weapons and see the stats, and we can see all the allies. Look at the stats, and then we can actually see the weapons that they have. Right? Simple enough. We just need to make sure that we've got artifacts on this page as well, because they're currently not. Get to and from artifacts by picking UI. Yeah, so I need to make sure that we can... and did I do that for... So what I would like as well is to be able to right-click here. Ah, that works. So I can right-click there, and it pauses the game and takes me to the information about that unit. And that doesn't work at the moment for artifacts, but we would like that. And so yeah, we just need to put artifacts in the encyclopedia, and we need to put stages in the encyclopedia as well, just so that everything's there, and make those upgrade changes. And then we can start. We could do some drawing. I think for now, what I'm gonna do is take a break because I'm a little bit burnt out. What am I gonna do with my break? I'm gonna go for a little run, and then see how much Steam I have left. So yeah, I'll let people know in the Discord if I'm going to come back on today. Otherwise, see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Cheers. Bye.